Hey everyone, so winter is officially here, and that means we're all playing that familiar game, trying to stay warm without getting a heart attack when the energy bill shows up. Today, we're going to build a complete strategy to conquer the cold and do it without breaking the bank. Let's dive in.
Wow, that hits close to home, right? Sometimes the shock of that bill is way colder than the actual wind outside. We're really fighting a war on two fronts, the chill in the air and the drain on our wallets. And to win, you gotta have a solid game plan.
So here's our mission for this explainer. We're going on the offensive. Think of this as your personal guide to building a fortress against winter. We're gonna fortify your home, armor up your body, and master some new habits for cozy, low-cost living.
Okay, first things first, we need to know what we're up against. We're heading into a period on the solar calendar called Xiaohan, or minor cold, and let me tell you, that name is seriously misleading. You hear minor cold and you think, how bad can it be? Well, think again. Statistically, this is often the most intense, most bone-chilling part of the entire year. It's when the cold is really settled in deep. The big takeaway here? This is exactly when you need to be the most prepared. So our first line of defense is, you guessed it, our home. Before you even think about cranking up the heat, we have to make sure our fortress isn't leaking all that precious warmth.
Let's start with your windows. If you have any south-facing windows, you basically own a natural nuclear fusion furnace, and it's free. So during the day, get those curtains wide open. Let all that solar energy just pour into your home. But the second that sun goes down, it's night mode. Shut them up tight, especially if you have thick, heavy curtains.
And this isn't just a small thing. A good, thick curtain acts like a thermal barrier, trapping heat inside. This super simple, totally free action can keep your room 2 to 3 degrees Celsius warmer. That's a huge win in the energy battle.
Next up, we're going on a spy hunt. I'm talking about cold air drafts. You know that little hiss of wind you feel coming from under a door or a window frame? That is literally the sound of money leaving your wallet. Go grab some cheap weather stripping, or honestly, even just a rolled-up towel will do the trick. Block those gaps and seal the fortress.
Okay, fortress secure. Now let's move to our second layer of defense, our own bodies. This isn't about wearing one giant bulky jacket. It's about being smart. It's about turning yourself into a walking, talking thermos.
The secret is what's called the onion method. It's all about layers. Your first layer, the base, should be something that wicks moisture away to keep sweat off your skin. Now the middle layer, think a fleece or a wool sweater, this is the most important one. Its job is to trap a pocket of still air, which is a fantastic insulator. And finally, your outer layer just blocks the wind to keep that nice warm air bubble safe. But even with perfect layers, you can blow it all if you forget 3 critical spots. I like to call it the warmth trilogy. First up, your head. It's basically a radiator for your body. Just wearing a simple hat can cut your total body heat loss by a whopping 30%. Part 2 of the trilogy is your neck. A scarf is so much more than a fashion accessory. It's a shield. It protects the major arteries that are right near the surface, which helps keep your core temperature up and can even help ward off colds. And finally, we have the foundation, your feet. There's a really good reason for that old saying, cold enters from the feet. They're far from your heart, they get cold easily, so insulate them from chilly floors with some thick socks and a good pair of slippers. Seriously, this is non-negotiable for staying truly warm. All right, our fortress is sealed and our bodies are armored up. Now let's talk about using a few smart tools to maximize our cozy-to-cost ratio.
Okay, just look at this. This is the battle of the blankets, and it's not even a fair fight. A typical space heater can guzzle around 1,200 watts of power. An electric blanket, it sips about 60 watts. That's a 20-fold difference. The lesson is simple. Heating your bed instead of the entire room is the ultimate energy-saving move for a warm night's sleep.
Now here's a secret weapon, especially if you live somewhere with that damp, bone-chilling cold, a dehumidifier. See, when the air is moist, it literally steals heat from your body much faster. If you can get the humidity down to around 50 or 60%, you'll feel way warmer, even if the thermometer hasn't budged at all. Let's talk about heating ourselves from the inside out with a little thermos magic. First up is a recipe for an internal furnace tea. You just need 3 slices of ginger, great for warming you up, 3 red dates for energy, and 5 dried longans. Just toss them in a thermos, add boiling water, and in about 20 minutes, you've got this amazing drink that warms you from your core. And here's another great one for you. In traditional medicine, black-colored foods are thought to be really supportive for the body during winter. So try this: a tablespoon of dried cooked black beans and some black sesame powder in a thermos with hot water. It's got this wonderful nutty flavor, and it gives you a nice little energy boost to fight off the chill. Okay, we've covered the house, our clothes, and our tools. But the final strategy, well, it's the most powerful, it's the most natural, and it costs absolutely nothing.
This is a piece of ancient wisdom that is, believe it or not, an incredibly effective energy-saving strategy. It's all about working with nature's rhythm, not fighting against it.
The principle is so simple, it's brilliant. Go to bed a little earlier. This gives your body more time in its prime repair and energy storage cycle. Then, try to wake up a bit later, after the sun has already come up and done some of the warming work for you. You save on heating, you save on lighting, and you protect your body from the shock of that cold morning air. It's a total win-win for your wallet and your health.
And that brings us to our final thought. None of this is about depriving yourself. It's actually about being smarter. It's about using layers and physics and a little bit of ancient wisdom to find a deep, quiet kind of warmth. So maybe the most comfortable winter isn't about blasting the heat at all, but about living more intelligently and, in the end, a whole lot more cozily.